Let's Make the Change, Protect the Environment conference was held on June 4th, 2009 as part of the Environment Expo 2009 at the World Trade Center, Veracruz, in Veracruz, Mexico. The seminar was broadcast live by top radio station Los 40 Principales at 101.7 FM, reaching nearly 5 million listeners, as well as via Supreme Master Television. Mr. Alonso Dominguez Ferrayes, Veracruz State's General Coordinator of Environment, Social Development and Environment Bureau, was the featured guest speaker at the conference. Supreme Master Ching Hai was formally invited by the government of Veracruz State to attend as the guest of honor. Unfortunately, due to her busy schedule, she was unable to participate in person. However, Supreme Master Ching Hai graciously shared her insights on climate change through a video message in which she emphasized the urgency of the situation while offering the most effective solution, the plant-based diet. We now invite you to join us with Supreme Master Ching Hai entitled Let's Make the Change, Protect the Environment, held on June 4th, 2009 in Veracruz, Mexico.
Buenas tardes, damas y caballeros. Les damos la más cordial bienvenida a todos nuestros honorables invitados, público en general y miembros de la prensa que nos acompañan en esta conferencia titulada Hagamos el cambio, protege el ambiente. Sean bienvenidos también todos nuestros espectadores de Supreme Master Television que nos sintonizan para ver en vivo la transmisión de este evento. El día de hoy trataremos un importante tema que nos urge a actuar conjuntamente para proteger y preservar la salud de nuestro planeta. El calentamiento global está empezando a formar parte de la agenda cotidiana de problemas actuales que aquejan y atentan la vida de todos los seres del planeta. ¿Podemos encontrarle una relación a los cada vez más frecuentes y más fuertes desastres naturales como huracanes, inundaciones, terremotos, la erosión de las playas, las plagas y los brotes de nuevas enfermedades con nuestro estilo de vida? En el transcurso de esta conferencia compartiremos información actualizada y comprobada de fuentes confiables que nos ayuden a comprender claramente de qué manera estamos afectando el medio ambiente a través de decisiones cotidianas. Durante las últimas décadas se ha estado hablando de la ecología. Hemos aprendido muchos términos, tales como hábitat, biodiversidad, recursos naturales, gases de efecto invernadero, por solo mencionar algunos. Sin embargo, hemos tomado toda esta información nueva de una manera abstracta, sin ninguna aplicación concreta. El tiempo ha llegado de actuar de una manera activa, consciente, responsable e inmediata. ¿Cómo haríamos para lograr el cambio? La respuesta es mejorando nuestro estilo de vida de una manera ecológica y compasiva. Numerosos estudios científicos han afirmado que el cambio climático está directamente relacionado con las actividades humanas. Precisamente en noviembre de 2006, la reconocida Organización de las Naciones Unidas para la Agricultura y la Alimentación, FAO, publicó un informe titulado Larga sombra del ganado, que reveló que la cría de animales para el consumo humano y sus actividades relacionadas son la principal causa de gases de efecto invernadero. Quisiéramos agradecer a todos por cedernos parte de su tiempo para acompañarnos en esta conferencia. Hoy contamos con la distinguida presencia del señor Alonso Domínguez Ferrayes, Coordinador General del Medio Ambiente del CEDESMA, Gobierno de Veracruz. Tenemos también algunos personajes importantes de otros países hermanos que comparten sus ideas sobre el cambio climático. Más tarde presentaremos sus mensajes en esta conferencia. Este evento es transmitido en vivo a nivel mundial por Supreme Master Television a través de 14 plataformas satelitales y en el sitio de internet www.suprememastertv.com y radialmente por 40 principales en la frecuencia 101.7 FM. Esta crisis climática que vivimos es una gran oportunidad para trabajar todos juntos, protegiendo nuestro ambiente mediante soluciones fáciles, económicas y efectivas, que les presentaremos durante esta conferencia. Les mostraremos cómo hábitos alimenticios más sanos y sostenibles pueden constituir la solución más rápida y efectiva para salvar el planeta. Grandes personalidades del extranjero se han unido a este evento. Veremos en primer lugar qué mensaje tiene para transmitirnos el honorable señor Chen Shen-Xian, Director General de la Agencia de Recursos Acuíferos del Ministerio de Asuntos Económicos de Taiwán, Formosa.
各位全球及墨西哥的观众朋友，大家好！恭喜你们可以收看到无上师的电视台。这个节目可以带给你心灵真正的平安宁静，也可以教导你如何过一个真正幸福的人生。气候的变迁就诚如美国前总统高尔在他那个 An Inconvenient Truth 里面提到的，就是说它不是将要发生，而是已经发生了。那这个在台湾这种气候的变迁，其实有一些征兆已经很明显，我们也感觉得到。那像第一个就是说，新台的那个台风的次数越来越多。过去平均大概 3.5 次，现在一年都7次、9次都有。那第二个就是说，像过去那个梅雨，我们经常讲台湾的梅雨是延时长、强度不大，可是现在梅雨都像那个雷雨包，哇，那个下的雨很强度很大，就会造成淹水。那第三个就是说，我们那个雨量站长期来给它观察，那变化更大。像我们这个台北雨量站，100年内我们给它统计，就是年降雨量增加了300个 mili， 但是年降雨的日数却少了30天，代表说降雨越来越集中，强度越强，不降雨的日数越来越多，这表示说发生干旱跟发生水灾的几率同时都提高了。那当然，整个气候的变迁、全球暖化对台湾的影响，事实上是全面的。尤其其实影响最大，我觉得应该还是对农业像食物的影响。那当然还有可能会产生疾病。其实对社会、对经济，还有生物多样化，都会有影响。那当然对水，事实上就是我们这边主管，那影响更明显。那这一种影响的伤害，那我们可以简单讲，一个的伤害就是说，像因为降雨越来越多了，不降雨的日数越来越多了，所以干旱跟水灾几率也高。所以台湾有一些像西南沿海地盘下陷低洼地区，那个海平面会上升，本来就淹水了，那整个气候的变迁淹得会更厉害。像这样的一个现象，将来都会常常发生。其实因为你畜牧业所造成的污染，不管是对水污染，甚至因为污染之后它所产生的沼气，对整个空气的污染产生的温室气体，事实上对整个资源的永续利用，或者是我们整个气候的变迁的影响都非常的大。那当然，如果说我们对畜牧业的需求少，那这方面的产业没有那么多的话，它所制造的污染或是排放的温室气体就会少一点。那所以当然我们在这里呼吁，就是说不管从你怎么样减少这个全球气候暖化，或是为你自己的健康，事实上吃素的少吃肉类，事实上对你的身体也是健康，同时也是为这个地球的永续发展，同时也是减少二氧化碳或是水的污染，对整个全球暖化都有帮助。所以这个是值得提倡，也希望大家共同来努力。 恭喜墨西哥的观众朋友，你可以看到无上师电视台了，也预祝我们这个视讯都非常的成功，你们可以看到很清晰，而且是很丰富的内容，然后让你们能够平安喜乐，谢谢。
Agradecemos al señor Chen Shen-Sien por este mensaje revelador de la realidad que está atravesando Formosa, Taiwán. A continuación escucharemos nuestro segundo mensaje del respetable señor Sa-Yen Lee, subdirector de la División del Cambio Climático del Gobierno Metropolitano de Seúl, en Corea del Sur.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sa-Hyung Lee from Seoul City Government in South Korea. I am happy to hear that most meaningful conference on the climate change will be held in this famous historic city. And I hope this conference will be a great opportunity to all participants. As you know, a few weeks ago, the third C40 Climate Summit was held in Seoul, and made a great result with the Seoul Declaration. In Seoul Declaration, many cities expressed the strong will fighting against climate change. Nowadays, negative effects from climate change are easily found around us. Already, those effects threaten our quality of life and life itself. In this time, all cities discuss and act together on the urgent issue is very important. Once again, I hope this conference will be a great chance to all participants and make a meaningful result. Thank you very much.
Qué sabios mensajes para tener en cuenta. Les damos las gracias por compartir con todos nosotros sus reflexiones y sincera preocupación por la situación actual. Para continuar con nuestro programa, tenemos el agrado de presentarles al representante de la Asociación Internacional Maestra Suprema Chin Hai, quien nos dirigirá con unas palabras.
Buenas tardes, respetado señor Alonso Domínguez Ferráez, señor Juan Carlos Cervantes, miembros de los medios de comunicación, distinguidos invitados. Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a la conferencia sobre calentamiento global. Hagamos el cambio, protejamos el medio ambiente, hoy en Veracruz, México. Estoy muy honrado de estar aquí. Deseo de todo corazón agradecerles por venir para mostrar su apoyo a esta conferencia. Al realizar esto, demuestran su profunda preocupación por problemas críticos medioambientales en todo el mundo que nos están afectando ahora a todos, en la manera de desastres naturales, tales como terremotos, inundaciones, sequías, tornados, la elevación del mar, incendios, patrones extremos de cambio climático radical, al igual que enfermedades. Me gustaría mucho expresar lo verdaderamente afortunado y feliz que me siento de estar aquí hoy, en esta conferencia acerca del calentamiento global. Agradezco sinceramente al gobierno del estado de Veracruz por invitarnos a ser parte de este gran evento tan significativo, al igual que a todas las personas dedicadas a preparar este evento en tan corto tiempo. Muchos de ustedes pueden estar muy conscientes de qué es el calentamiento global, ya que acá en México se ha sentido el impacto del cambio climático por los desastres recientes que han ocurrido en esta nación. Los científicos nos están dando evidencia de una situación inestable y peligrosa, a la cual nuestro planeta ha entrado y mucha más gente se está haciendo consciente de este hecho. El calentamiento global y el cambio climático son una realidad. Comprendiendo los asuntos multifacéticos ambientales globales que estamos experimentando, actualmente soluciones a corto y largo plazo son necesarias para ser implementadas. La solución está en nuestras manos y debemos tomar el liderazgo al poner en práctica un ejemplo sobresaliente que a cambio inspirará a otros a comprender la importancia de la protección ambiental y el cuidado por la ecología, así como para tomar acción inmediata para salvar nuestro precioso planeta. Sin embargo, hay poco tiempo, de modo que un práctico y lógico forma de actuar tiene que llevarse a cabo. Sí seremos también capaces de aprender hoy cómo lidiar con el calentamiento global, así que de esta forma activa podremos entender que la suma de nuestras acciones individuales es esencial para este propósito. Primero necesitamos salvar este planeta. La maestra suprema Ching Hai es una renombrada humanitaria, maestra espiritual, poeta, compositora y artista. Sumamente dotada, por más de 2 décadas se ha dedicado devotamente a ayudar a la gente en necesidad alrededor del mundo y a promover un estilo de vida ecológico y compasivo. Debido a sus tremendas contribuciones filantrópicas, en el 2006 recibió el premio Kushi de la Paz, el cual es considerado como el premio Nobel de la Paz en el Oriente. La maestra suprema Ching Hai ha sido invitada a muchas conferencias internacionales a discutir el calentamiento global con científicos, políticos, periodistas y muchos líderes alrededor del mundo. Ella ha compartido con ellos y el público la manera más fácil y efectiva para resolver el calentamiento global, lo cual ha sido apoyado por las Naciones Unidas y muchas otras autoridades y científicos alrededor. La maestra suprema Ching Hai, una invitada de honor para asistir a este evento tan oportuno y significativo, no fue capaz de estar aquí en persona con nosotros. Sin embargo, ha enviado un mensaje para ser compartido con todos. En representación de la maestra suprema Ching Hai, es mi gran privilegio el poder introducir su mensaje para este evento significativo. Una vez más, mi más sincero agradecimiento al gobierno del estado de Veracruz por invitarnos y a todas las personas responsables por sus sinceros esfuerzos en preparar este benéfico y maravilloso evento. Muchísimas gracias.
Muchas gracias por su cálido mensaje. Damas y caballeros, es nuestro privilegio el presentarles Maestra Suprema Ching Hai, reconocida humanitaria a nivel mundial, maestra espiritual, artista y autora de los libros Las aves de mi vida, Los perros de mi vida y Los nobles silvestres, los cuales son bestseller internacional a Amazon.com. La querida Maestra Suprema Ching Hai ha enviado especialmente para todos los asistentes de esta conferencia que titulamos Hagamos el cambio, protege el ambiente.
Bienvenido, respected dignitaries, media members, notable speakers, and all noble conference participants. Hola. As a very concerned citizen of the world, I humbly greet you. Thank you and respectfully salute all of you here today who have come with open hearts and minds for the welfare of this beautiful and beloved planet that we call home. I'm deeply grateful for the conference that is being held here today in Veracruz, Mexico, to address the urgency of global warming due to climate change, which sadly have killed hundreds of thousands and affect hundreds of millions of humans, not included other species. It is my hope that it will raise higher awareness and inspire action toward the most serious international issue of our time. The information communicated and the noble work being done here today is of paramount importance. It is an honor to share the planet with dedicated people such as yourselves who strive for the betterment of others. We all know that climate change is a grave issue. We all know what it is, and that the current critical condition of our planet calls for immediate and wise action from every one of us. Please do take note of all the infos from this conference today and spread them far and wide to save our world from perishing. I take the opportunity to inform you the general urgent scenario, though perhaps some of you or many of you have already known. You see, our current course of climate change is worse than the worst-case scenario projected by the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, with the damaging and often fatal effects already being seen through such extreme events as hurricanes, flooding, droughts, and heat waves. Even if the world reduces greenhouse gas emissions, the planet will take time to recover from the gases already in the atmosphere. This is why it is necessary to focus on short-lived gases, namely methane. Methane traps at least 72 times more heat than CO2, average over a 20 years period. Methane's biggest source is the livestock industry, which is indeed one of the top causes of global warming that must be stopped. But first, please allow me to share just some of the latest evidence of the impacts of climate change on humans and animals' lives. Here we have first Arctic melt. The Arctic or North Pole may be ice-free by 2012, 70 years ahead of IPCC estimations. Without the protective ice to reflect sunlight, 90% of the sun's heat can enter the open water, thus accelerating global warming. The change in Arctic ice covers is dramatic, with climatologists saying that only 10% now is older and thick ice, while over 90% is newly formed and thin. Another Arctic change is the thawing of permafrost, a normally frozen layer of Earth containing methane stores. The thawing of this layer in recent years has caused methane to be released, with atmospheric levels that have risen sharply since 2004. Further global warming beyond 2 degrees Celsius rise could cause billions of tons more of methane to be released into the atmosphere, leading to mass extinctions of life on this planet. As the massive ice sheet of Greenland and the Antarctic continue to melt as well, catastrophic sea level rise and stronger storms are expected to follow. If the entire West Antarctic sheet melts, global average sea levels would rise at least by 3.5 meters, affecting over 3.2 billion people. That is half of the world population, who lived within 200 miles of coastline. And U.S. scientists from the National Snow and Ice Data Center now say that if all of Antarctica were to melt, the sea level could rise to a much higher level than expected. Some say even up to 70 meters, which means more deadly to all lives on Earth. Next problem, we have land sinking and climate refugees. Right now, at least 18 islands have completely submerged around the world, with more than 40 other island nations at risk from rising sea levels. A report from the International Organization for Migration stated that there may be 200 million or even up to 1 billion people will be climate refugees by 2050 or within our lifetime. These are people who must leave their island or coastal homes due to rising sea levels or permafrost melts that cause entire communities or nations to sink and collapse. Next problem we have glacier retreat and water shortage. Most of the planet's glaciers will be gone within a few decades, jeopardizing the survival of more than 2 billion people. 1 billion of these people will suffer the effects of the Himalayan glacier retreat, which have been occurring at a pace more rapid than anywhere in the world, with 2/3 of the region's more than 18,000 glaciers receding. The initial effects of glacier melt are destructive floods and landslide. As the glacier ice retreat continues, reduced rainfall, devastating droughts, and water shortages are the result. Next, oceanic dead zones. Climate change is creating areas of sea known as dead zones, which now number more than 400. These arise due to fertilizer runoff, largely from livestock, contributing to the lack of oxygen, which is necessary to support life. Now we have also record heat. The past decade has twice, at least, seen the hottest average annual temperatures ever recorded in our planet's history. In 2003, a record heat wave hit Europe, claiming tens of thousands of lives. Heat waves also preceded the worst wildfires ever in Australia's history. Next, storms increasing. The intensity and duration of hurricanes and tropical storms have been noted to increase. by 100% over the past 30 years, which scientists at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, in the USA, say is likely due to climate-related increases in ocean temperature. Next, we have wildlife disappearance. Leading ecologists say that the decline of wildlife due to species extinction is so rapid that there is no modern comparison. Scientists also now predicted that the Earth's 16,000 endangered species may become extinct 100 times faster than previously thought. Next, we have drought, desertification. In Nepal and Australia, wildfires this year have been severely intensified by drought conditions. In Africa, people in Somalia, Ethiopia, and Sudan, to name just a few, have been crippled by drought. According to the United Nations, desertification, which often results from felling too many trees and damages that occurs from such activities as cattle grazing, is affecting the well-being of more than 1.2 billion people in more than 100 countries at risk. Precious freshwater supplies are also drying up, such as aquifers under the major cities of Beijing, Delhi, Bangkok, and dozens of other regions, such as the Midwestern United States, while the river Ganges, Jordan, Nile, and Yangtze have been reduced to a trickle for much of the year. In China, worst drought in 5 decades. Vital crops were lost in at least 12 northern provinces, costing the nation billions of US dollars in drought relief to farmers with losses. Next, we have human health problem. According to Swiss-based research, climate change is already responsible for some 315,000 deaths a year, with another 325 million people who are severely affected. This comes in addition to an economic loss of 125 billion US dollars every year. The worst affected are developing nations in Africa, with other very threatened areas being in South Asia and small island nations. Okay, we have enough with problem, but we have solutions to this problem. It might not be that early, but it's still not too late. We still can rescue our home, planet home. Okay, number one solution is vegan, organic vegan. Veganism will save our world. I will report to you one by one how vegan would save our world. Luckily, There are easy actions we can take. I will list them for your reference. Now, many of these areas where we are seeing such devastating effects of climate change, such as Arctic melt, land sinking, water shortage from glacier melt, and even storms increasing, are all directly related to the Earth's temperature increasing. So we must cool the planet, first and foremost. And the best way to stop global warming is to stop producing the greenhouse gases that create the heat. Logical, no? Yes. We already know about the efforts to reduce emissions, such as from industry and transportation. But changes in these sectors are taking too much time, more than we can afford at this rate, at this hour. One of the most effective and fastest way to reduce the heat in the atmosphere is to eliminate methane production. Methane not only traps up to 72 times more heat than carbon, it also goes away from the atmosphere much faster than CO2. So if we stop producing methane, the atmosphere will cool more quickly than if we stop producing carbon dioxide. See what I mean? Organic vegan will produce beneficial cooling effect, as it will cut down methane and other greenhouse gases which are fatal to our survival. We can start by cutting down on the biggest methane producer in the world, that is animal raising. So, to cool the planet most quickly, we have to stop consuming meat in order to stop the livestock raising industry, and thus stop greenhouse gases, methane, and other toxic gases from animal industry. If everyone in the world would adopt this simple but most powerful practice of an animal-free diet, then we could reverse the effect of global warming in no time. We would then have time to actually be able to adopt longer-term measures, such as more green technology, to also remove the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. In fact, if we neglect to stop meat production, either all these green efforts will be cancelled out in effect, or we might lose the planet before we even having a chance to install any green technology such as the wind power or solar power, or more hybrid cars for that reason. Please also keep in mind that although livestock has been reported to generate 18% of global greenhouse gas emissions, which is more than the world's transportation sectors combined, this is actually an underestimate, because recently revised calculations have placed it at generating possibly more than 50% of total global emission. I repeat, livestock has been recalculated as to generate possibly more than 50% of total global emissions. More than 50% is from livestock industry. So that was the number one solution. Now, number two, eliminating other gases. Beside methane, other lethal toxic gases are emitted by the livestock industry as well. It is the largest source at 65% global nitrous oxide, a greenhouse gas with approximately 300 times the warming potential of CO2. It emits also 64% of all ammonia, which causes acid rain, and hydrogen sulfide, a fatal gas. So to stop livestock production is to eliminate all these deadly gases as well as methane. Number 3. Halting dead zones. There are other huge benefits gained by halting livestock production. Oceanic dead zones, for example, are caused primarily by fertilizer runoff for agriculture that is mainly used for animal feed. Dead zones are a serious threat to the ocean's ecosystems, but they can be revived if we stop polluting them with our livestock-related activities. Stop fishing too. Then marine life will rebound, since the heavy fishing that caused the sardines to disappear from the coast of Namibia, eruptions of harmful gases have created a dead zone that is destroying the area's ecosystems. Due to the absence of that one humble but eco-beneficial powerful species. Can you imagine? Just the sardine. So we have to stop fishing as well as all animal products to protect our living ocean and water bodies, which is crucial to our survival. You know it. Now, number 4, we have to stop desertification. We can. Desertification is another climate change effect that is linked to livestock. Again, for example, in Mexico, recent research stated that 47% of your country had already taken the toll of desertification, have become desert, due to damage from the cattle industry, you see. And another 50 to 70% of the country of Mexico also suffering from some degree of drought. Overgrazing by livestock, which occupies nearly a third of our Earth's land surface worldwide, is a major cause of desertification and other damages, and is responsible for more than 50% of land erosion. Now we must stop livestock grazing to protect our soil and protect our life. Number 5, we can stop water shortage. While droughts are plaguing more populations, we cannot afford to waste water. Meat production uses massive amounts of water, as you know. It takes up to 1,200 gallons of fresh and good clean water to produce just one serving of beef. In contrast, a full vegan meal costs only 98 gallons of water. That is like 90+% less. So, if we want to stop water shortage and to preserve precious water, we have to stop animal products. Now, 6, we can stop deforestation. We have to ban deforestation, and we have to plant more trees, of course. Wherever there's erosion or empty land, we have to plant trees. Okay. Now, deforestation is also largely driven by meat production, with the United Nations estimating that deforestation accounts for approximately 20% of all greenhouse gas emissions. Nearly all deforestation itself is related to meat production. 80% of clear Amazon forest is designated as a cattle grazing area to prepare the animals for slaughter, and the remainder is planted as soy crops used also largely for animal feed. So, to stop animal product is to protect our precious forest, the lung of our earth, and the crucial factor for our survival. Now, 7, we have to alleviate financial cost. See, our leaders are worried about the cost of mitigating climate change. However, the good news is, if the world shifted to a reduced meatless diet, animal-free diet, then we could reduce the cost by half or more. That means we will reduce tens of trillions of US dollars. If the world shifted to vegan diet, we could save more than 80% of the cost, or approximately 32 trillion US dollars. Number 8, we must minimize health costs. The health risks of eating meat are more and more evident these days. Livestock are routinely given excessive hormones and antibiotics, which then, when consumed as meat, can in turn endanger human health. There are also toxic byproducts in slaughter places such as ammonia and hydrogen sulfide. These poisonous substances have caused deaths among workers due to their extreme toxicity. As a so-called food, meat is simply one of the most unhealthy, poisonous, unhygienic items that could ever be ingested by humans. We should never eat meat at all if we love and cherish our health and our life. We will live longer without meat, healthier, wiser without meat. Meat has been scientifically shown to cause all kinds of cancers, also heart disease, high blood pressure, stroke and obesity. The list goes on and on and on. All these diseases kill millions of people every year. millions of people die due to meat-related diseases, and making millions others seriously sick and disabled as well. There's no end to tragedies which caused by meat diet. Meat eating is a no-no. We should know this by now through all the scientific and medical evidence. Please stop eating meat. Just even for your health's sake. You want to live long for your children and your grandchildren and live healthily. We did not even mention the filthy condition, the confined environments where the animals are kept until their slaughter, which promote the transmission of diseases such as the swine flu virus. In fact, some meat-transmitted diseases like the human form of mad cow disease are tragically fatal in every case. Whoever contracts mad cow disease are doomed to die, sadly and sorrowfully. Other contaminants such as E. coli, Salmonella, etc., can also cause serious health problems, long-term damages, sometimes even leading to death. In short, simply saying no to meat will make us richer, healthier, and most importantly, it will make us a wiser person and a great hero, because it is the only timely way that will ensure the survival of our children and grandchildren. To conclude my report, respected, honorable, wise, beloved, esteemed audience members, we now can see how imperative it is to stop the warming of the planet with the greenness of all green policies and actions. The most compassionate, the most heroic, the most life-saving action, that is the vegan diet. Organic vegan, to be exact, is better for your health as well. It is the long-term insurance against climate change. We must be the solution and encourage others with all the convincing and supporting scientific, physical, and moral data that is available to us, so they do the same. Adopting a plant-based diet can halt as much as 80% of global warming, eradicate world hunger, stop war, promote peace, and it will free up the Earth's water as well as many other precious resources, offering a lifeline for the planet and for humanity. In short, it will very quickly halt many of the global problems facing us right now. Therefore, it is vital that we change our lifestyle. It's very easy to do it. Setting a noble example for others to follow, and do our part to bring to the public's attention the urgent climate change issues and its solutions. The foremost being vegan diet, the vegan diet, to safeguard our precious planet. It is time to walk the talk because there is not much time left now. In coming here today, it is quite clear that all of you already know that the issues at hand are very urgent and need to resolve immediately. Thank you, all statespersons, media members, speakers, conference participants, ladies and gentlemen, for all your time and care in coming here today. And thank you all noble persons involved in organizing this awakening event. I truly appreciate the sincerity and willingness to join with those who share the same goal, for taking initiatives to inform the public, and for wanting to implement prompt actions. Together, we can usher in a new golden era where we can all live the noble qualities of love, compassion, and benevolence as was intended. Live up to the principles of nonviolence and forgiveness. Exemplify the human standard of virtuous living, righteous living, and live a more sustainable life in peace, joy, and harmony with each other, with all our co-inhabitants, humans, animals, plants, trees alike. I am quite sure that this conference will contribute greatly to the worldwide efforts of all nations to save our planet. My most heartfelt gratitude to all who took part in making this a reality. May heaven bless you, your loved ones, and your countries. And may all your noble endeavors be graced with glorious success. Now, due to my travel, regrettably it's not feasible to reply to your questions. But should you have any, I will be glad to reply to the best of my knowledge on a later date on Supreme Master Television, or you can log on to the internet, suprememastertv.com, to get the required answer to your questions. God bless us all. God loves us all. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for everything you do for the planet.
European Parliament supports reducing meat to lower greenhouse gases.
Reduce your meat consumption or stop eating meat totally.
During discussions on greenhouse gas reduction goals, the Climate Committee of the European Parliament officially recognized livestock's contribution to global warming and recommended a reduction of subsidies to the livestock industry to curb methane.
The European Parliament has adopted its own position on climate change as an institution. And as a Vice President, one of the proposals I have made is in line with your own, which is that we should eat far less meat, because that's one of the major sources of greenhouse gases.
Please eat less meat, and let's make taxes on meat. That's definitely one of the issues we're talking about. I'd like to tell people what the cost is of eating meat for the environment worldwide.
My name is Jens Holm. I'm a member of the European Parliament. Please, be veg, go green, save the planet.
Gracias por todo el trabajo que realiza incansablemente Maestra Suprema Ching Hai para elevar la conciencia de toda la humanidad. Su ejemplo desinteresado nos inspira a todos nosotros a ser mejores personas y a trabajar más para ayudar a nuestros hermanos humanos, animales y el planeta por igual. Muchas gracias. El tema del calentamiento global no es un tema aislado. Se relaciona íntimamente con nuestra salud, nuestra calidad de vida, nuestro presente y nuestro futuro. Es por eso que científicos, políticos y organizaciones están dedicando sus esfuerzos para mitigar sus efectos y mayores desastres a nivel mundial. Acto seguido, proyectaremos importantes mensajes de diferentes líderes mundiales.
The hour is late. It's time to decide. I'm quite confident that you will make choice wisely. In addressing global warming issues, the scientists have made it quite clear.
Climate change as a self-inflicted wound, if you like,
can wipe out the very meager assets.
We have a climate crisis that is a planetary emergency.
We are so close to the red line that perhaps we may wake up tomorrow and find that there's nothing to save after all.
We have reached a point where we have a real emergency.
The message should be clear. Climate change must take its place along those threats like conflict, poverty.
Climate change is responsible for conflicts that can only deepen in the future if we don't act as soon as possible.
It's the only thing that I believe has the power to fundamentally end the march of civilization as we know it.
You will have a catastrophe added to another catastrophe. Climate change means catastrophically violent weather.
Like wildfires and devastation.
Rising sea levels.
Rising food prices.
To the spread of disease.
If the future of the world depended on me, what would I do?
The North Polar ice cap is melting so fast. But what seems to me to be important is that some of the effects we are witnessing now are happening twice as fast as scientists were predicting just 5 years ago.
A report issued earlier this year by the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change concluded both that global temperatures are rising, that this is caused largely by human activities.
And if you look at the fourth assessment report of the IPCC, we've assessed several stabilization scenarios.
In 2010, there could already be as many as 50 million environmentally displaced persons due to climate change, desertification, and deforestation.
Experts tell us that the situation underlying the crisis is not a temporary one.
And it's getting more and more difficult every day.
And there's no guarantee that human civilization can survive.
The doomsday clock of climate change is ticking ever faster towards midnight. We are simply not reacting quickly enough.
Do we need to move faster to answer the question? Yes, we do, because we have less time than we thought we had.
So climate change is obviously going to have a major negative impact.
The scale and the pace of environmental change at the beginning of the 21st century are a serious wake-up call to us as human beings on this planet.
We know without a doubt that global warming is a reality,
And the question today is not, is it happening, and not, is it bad, but what are we going to do about it?
We are all part of the problem of global warming. Let us all be part of the solution.
The challenge you face is to prove to people that you are serious about adaptation to the unavoidable.
Meat production and consumption is hugely intensive in terms of carbon dioxide emissions.
More than all cars, trucks and ships added together.
Unless we change our food choices, nothing else matters, because it is meat that is destroying most of our forests. It's meat that pollutes the waters. It is meat that is creating disease, which leads to all our money being diverted to hospitals. So it's the first choice for anybody who wants to save the earth.
The food we eat and how it's grown and the kind of food we eat matters a lot.
Everything comes with an environmental price. Beef production in particular.
We consume far too much meat in this world.
Because there's where the climate problem is, our meat consumption.
Something that's harmful even for human health.
我们今天要减少二氧化碳的排放啊，我们素食的方式绝对是非常有效的一个方式。
I do eat a lot of vegetarian meals. I think that's something we can all do.
That's one of the easiest ways that we can make an immediate and quite substantial impact.
There are some wonderful environmental benefits in terms of, taking a couple of steps lower down the food chain.
And the choice we face is a really simple one, actually.
Just for one day, or more than that, become a vegetarian.
Let us approach climate change not simply as a looming future threat, but as a present opportunity to work together.
The time for action is now.
What can the government do to help? What can you do to help? How can we do this together?
And it's about what we do from this point on and this point forward.
Individuals can take action.
We have to play our part.
And as individuals, through the choices we make, the purchases we make.
If we once understand this and take the necessary actions, then we actually have a much better situation.
Then if you eat less meat, you will be healthier and so would the planet.
Then there's some kind of realization of individual responsibility to take care of this planet.
Our generation has inherited an incredibly beautiful world, and it's really in our hands whether our children inherit the same world.
That is our duty, so that our children can have a decent quality of life on this planet.
We cannot be anything less than courageous and revolutionary in our approach to tackling climate change.
It's a win-win situation if you eat less meat.
Living in harmony with the natural world is the only way for the future. 6 billion people, one planet, one chance to get it right.
Be veg, go green, and save our planet.
For more urgent details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS.
Nuestro agradecimiento a los líderes mundiales por su preocupación y dedicados esfuerzos para despertar la conciencia de la humanidad y salvar al mundo. Es el momento de presentar a nuestro orador invitado, el distinguido señor Alonso Domínguez Ferráez, coordinador general del Medio Ambiente del SEDESMA, Gobierno de Veracruz. Démosle la bienvenida con un gran aplauso.
Jóvenes, buenas tardes a todos ustedes, amigos de la prensa, comunidad ambientalista. Primero que todo, deseo enviar el siguiente mensaje. Master Shinhei, we are glad to meet you by this technology, and we expect to have you join us in a short time here in Veracruz. I wanted to take your cooperation with our government to work very close to preserve our environment. Sin duda, el estar aquí escuchando esta videoconferencia nos enriquece el espíritu y nos compromete a trabajar en la parte humana, que es la que sensibiliza la labor de lo que hacemos las autoridades, pero sobre todo lo que hace el ser humano y se compromete con el medio ambiente. Nosotros estamos convencidos, y el día de ayer me entrevistaban esta asociación importante y nos decía que qué se podía hacer para lograr la conciencia y tener un mejor medio ambiente. Yo afirmaba que los hábitos de consumo hoy en día son importantes para nuestra vida. No hay medio ambiente sano si no hay salud, si no hay conciencia de que nosotros como seres humanos debemos comer bien, hacer ejercicio, dormir bien, estar activos. Yo quiero reconocer a la maestra suprema Xinhai, Asociación Internacional, a la maestra suprema Xinhai, a su representante, por participar con nosotros en la Expo Ambiente. A la maestra decirle que los líderes de excelencia los requiere el mundo, pero también Dios los reclama. A invitarla a seguir colaborando con el gobierno del Estado en toda esta estrategia en favor de la preservación de nuestros ecosistemas, de nuestro medio ambiente. Comentarles y comentarle a ella que Veracruz es pionero en las estrategias de cambio climático. Con la aportación del gobierno de Inglaterra, logramos ser el primer estado que tiene una estrategia sobre cambio climático. Todas las políticas públicas de diferentes secretarías del estado de Veracruz tienen tareas asignadas y deseábamos ponerlas en una sola estrategia. Se ha sometido a consulta pública esta estrategia de cambio climático y ha arrojado excelentes resultados de participación social. Consideramos que el cambio climático es ya parte no solamente del discurso, sino de acciones concretas y más en el estado de Veracruz, con todos los kilómetros de litorales que tiene, que hay que preservarlos, nuestras costas en Veracruz. Veracruz y el gobierno del licenciado Fidel Herrera Beltrán ha implementado diferentes estrategias en diferentes temas: el ordenamiento ecológico, la protección de los ecosistemas a través del decreto y la certificación de áreas naturales protegidas y el manejo de los residuos sólidos. Pero hay una parte que es fundamental y que hoy en día la debemos resaltar, que es la participación de la sociedad. Por eso es que en estos foros, hoy en la Expo Ambiente, resaltamos el hecho de que no nada más los jóvenes, sino el público en general participe. Solo con una sociedad participativa, utilizando el ejemplo de la maestra Xinhai como un miembro distinguido de la sociedad, se pueden hacer importantes cosas, desde dejar claro la visión que tiene la sociedad y el compromiso con el medio ambiente. Yo por eso invito a seguir participando, a seguir escuchando, a utilizar los foros que se tienen abiertos para que nosotros, los funcionarios públicos, los que representamos a las dependencias de gobiernos estatales o federales, tengamos una mejor actitud, sobre todo de escuchar lo que la gente quiere, lo que la gente reclama en pro del medio ambiente. Nuevamente agradezco la participación de todo el equipo de la maestra suprema Xinhai y dejamos en la mesa el compromiso de seguir trabajando, de utilizar la tecnología de la videoconferencia para poder llevar estas pláticas a todo el estado de Veracruz. Muchísimas gracias por su participación.
Sin duda, fue un gran discurso. Agradecemos el apoyo que nos han brindado y estábamos también muy agradecidos por los esfuerzos que están ejerciendo, especialmente el gobierno de Veracruz, para mitigar el cambio climático. Muchas gracias. Después de haber vivido aquí en México las peores sequías registradas en los últimos años y tremendas inundaciones, no es de extrañarse que de estos hechos surgiera una nueva clase de refugiados, los refugiados climáticos. Compartamos la próxima presentación sobre las islas sumergidas que ilustra esta situación y el destino de las víctimas.
As the climate continues to warm, entire islands are sinking below rising waters caused from melting glaciers.
Indeed, there are many island nations who are doomed already now, condemned, if you want, to disappear. Therefore, there is no question that we have to act, and that is just the beginning of the visible impact of climate change. The invisible part, the bits that we have not necessarily understood that are happening around us, are also underway.
We have whole communities having to be relocated, villages which have been there over the decades, maybe a century. And now they have to be relocated, and where they have been living over the last few decades is no longer there, it's being eroded.
There are at least 18 islands submerged around the world. Lohachara, India, 10,000 residents affected. Bedford, Kavaskadi, Suparabanga Islands near India, 6,000 families affected. Chesapeake Bay in Maryland, USA, 13 islands. Kiribati, 3 atolls. Half of Bangladesh's Bola Island permanently flooded, 500,000 people affected. 7 islands in Manus, a province of Papua New Guinea.
It's not their wish to go, but because the situation is forcing them to move.
The following are islands sinking or at risk from rising sea levels. Carteret Islands in Papua New Guinea, 2,500 residents whose land no longer supports agriculture. Tuvalu, 12,000 residents with no more fresh drinking water and vegetable plots have washed away. Goramara, near India, 2/3 submerged as of 2006, with 7,000 residents already relocated. Neighboring island of Sagar, 250,000 residents also threatened. Some 50 other islands jeopardized in the India-Bangladesh Sundarbans with a population of 2 million. Kutubdia in southeastern Bangladesh lost over 200,000 residents, with remaining 150,000 likely soon to depart. Maldives, 369,000 residents whose president wants to relocate the entire country. Marshall Islands, 60,000 residents. Kiribati, 107,800 residents, approximately 30 islands submerging. Tonga, 116,900 residents. Vanuatu, 212,000 residents, some of who have already been evacuated and coastal villages relocated. Solomon Islands, 566,800 residents. Shishmaref in Alaska, USA, 600 residents. Kivalini in Alaska, USA, 400 residents. Over 2,000 other islands in Indonesia. Dubai, 1.2 million residents in the United Arab Emirates considered at risk. Cook Islands, 19,500 residents. Takulou, a multi-island territory of New Zealand, 1,400 residents. Federated States of Micronesia, 108,000 residents. Manus, an island group of Papua New Guinea, 50,000 residents. Paku, autonomous region of Papua New Guinea, 600 residents. There may be more islands, either uninhabited and or not reported, that are submerged or are sinking due to climate change.
We may be at the point of no return. Our small low-lying islands will be submerged. It's an issue of human survival. If the world community, the different countries don't kick the carbon habit, there will be other countries next on the line.
According to the scientists, there could be more than just one disaster. Rising sea level is not the only worrying event. Disease will also rise. They already do so in some parts of the world. Change to a more benevolent lifestyle that is respecting our lives, then we will beget life and our lives will be spared. And nature will restore the balance and repair our damages. I wish to see that day soon in my lifetime. The more vegetarian people join the circle, the more chance we have to save the planet.
Be veg, go green, save the planet. For more urgent details, please visit suprememastertv.com/SOS.
Con esto concluimos el programa de la conferencia que hemos preparado para ustedes con mucho amor y de seguro creemos que ustedes ya son personas diferentes que han captado el mensaje de la Maestra Suprema Ching Hai y en la solución más rápida y efectiva para mitigar toda esta problemática que estamos enfrentando. La solución que la maestra brindó es simplemente para recuperar los hábitats perdidos y transformar este mundo en el paraíso que tanto deseamos. Agradecemos su sincera atención y su respetuosa presencia hoy aquí. Concluimos esta conferencia reiterando nuestro compromiso con el planeta. Por favor, repitamos juntos. Sé vegetariano, sé ecológico, salva el planeta. Sé vegetariano, sé ecológico, salva el planeta. Que la gracia de Dios bendiga nuestros esfuerzos de salvar este hermoso planeta.
Bueno, definitivamente es una conferencia muy interesante, tiene datos sólidos y duros y muy fuertes que creo que generan una gran sensibilización en la gente, una gran concientización. Es una conferencia en la que podemos apreciar las causas del problema, pero en la que también de alguna forma se ofrece la solución y creo que esa es la parte importante, ¿no? La proactividad. Entiendo que tiene que ver con los cambios de hábitos, ¿no? Y es lo que he tratado de hacer. Probablemente sea un granito el que estoy aportando, pero estoy seguro que si todos lo hacemos, esos granitos pueden significar metafóricamente toda una playa de acciones, ¿no? Para mitigar esos efectos del cambio climático. Sé de por sí que, bueno, la carne, independientemente de las cuestiones de salud, pues tiene mucho que ver con el impacto ambiental, pero no lo sabía a tal grado, y si poco consumo la carne roja, pues creo que ahora lo voy a hacer menos porque me ha sensibilizado bastante y me parece que una posición como la que ella tiene ahora es la aspiración de cualquier ambientalista de poder ser un agente de cambio y dejar una huella en la humanidad y un mensaje tan importante que puede cambiar el futuro y la vida del planeta. Maestra Chinjay, hola, espero que esté muy bien, la felicito. Mi nombre es Juan Carlos Cervantes, del estado de Veracruz, de México, y apoyo su mensaje, estoy con usted y vamos a trabajar para que esto sea cada vez más grande.
Tenemos que cambiar desde el principio los hábitos alimenticios, ya que Veracruz es uno de los mayores productores de carne. Tenemos que dar un enfoque a ese cambio que va a ser de beneficio para el Estado.
Por lo que veo, ¿usted estaría de acuerdo en tratar de implementar una dieta vegetariana o disminuir el consumo de carne?
Sí, estoy de acuerdo, porque primero tenemos que darnos cuenta en el aprovechamiento, en el bienestar, tanto empezando en casa como familiar, estatal, y así poder ayudar al mundo, ¿no?
¿Alguna pregunta que usted le quisiera hacer a la maestra Suprema Chinjay?
Me gustaría que nos diera una luz, un momento de iluminación a todo el Estado, porque sabemos que estamos en un gran riesgo, para poder tener la fortaleza de ese cambio, de esa mentalidad, y hacer solamente a la ayuda que empezamos en casa y así seguir mundialmente.
Though she was unable to be present, Supreme Master Chinjay graciously provided the answers to all the questions submitted by the conference participants, which will be read on her behalf by representatives of our association.
Hello everyone. I would first like to thank all the participants of the Let's Make the Change, Protect the Environment conference for your sincere eagerness to help save our world. Though I was not able to be present for the event, I am happy to have the chance now to respond to your open-hearted questions, knowing that together we can change the planet for the better, making it a more loving and stable place for all beings to live.
This question is from Governor Fidel Herrera Beltran of Veracruz State, Mexico. I have talked with her. I have participated in some of the forums. I would ask her if she believes that we are doing the right thing with all determination, planting trees, taking care of other species in order to save the world, and if we need to do even more.
First of all, thank you, Your Excellency, for the honor of your question. I am touched by a request with such concern and sincerity made on behalf of the Mexican people as well as yourself. Being a leader, your actions and policy have great influence. Thank you for your government's initiatives that preserve nature's balance and biodiversity. I was so happy to hear in the last conference in March that the Veracruz people very much respect the ways of their ancestors, that they were even vegetarian, lovers of nature, and growers of corn. How wise of governments like yours to remember their roots, the wisdom of our noble lineages. The biggest and best influence we can have is to change our food choices from animal to plant-based. In other words, it's best to be a vegan. It is such a simple solution. All we need to do is to change the food on our plate. And you cannot imagine the effect this would have. May you and yours be blessed. Please visit www.suprememastertv.com for any free information that may interest you. As we have discussed before, livestock raising is responsible for methane production, a greenhouse gas that traps approximately 72 times more heat than CO2, averaged over a 20-year period. Livestock is the single largest producer of methane gas, so eliminating this is a giant first step to cooling the planet. Along with changing to the vegan diet, sir, the other thing we can do to help save the world is meditate on God and pray to heaven, asking for forgiveness and resolving to do good. Ask for God's forgiveness for all the previous mistreatment of animals and humanity's disregard for the earth. We uphold the sanctity of human life, considering it a crime to kill another human being, even with a reference in the Old Testament of the Bible that says, "An eye for an eye," meaning that the person who kills should also have to give their life. Yet we do not realize that in heaven it is equally offensive to take an animal's life. So we must truly ask for God to forgive all the killing and the terror inflicted upon these innocent beings due to our ignorance. And we must change our actions to doing good in our daily lives. These will also help. Thank you, Your Excellency, and may the Providence continue to bless you and the good people of Veracruz. Any more requests, please let us know, sir, through our representative in Mexico. Please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS for more info.
Vegetarianism in religion.
The Baha'i Faith. Regarding the eating of animal flesh and abstinence therefrom, know thou of a certainty that, in the beginning of creation, God determined the food of every living being, and to eat contrary to that determination is not approved. Selections from the Baha'i writings of some aspects of health and healing.
Buddhism. All meats eaten by living beings are of their own relatives. Lankavatara Sutra.
Cao Dai. The most important thing is to stop killing, because animals also have souls and understand like humans. If we kill and eat them, then we owe them a blood debt. Teachings of the Saints.
Christianity. Meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Holy Bible.
And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. Holy Bible.
Confucianism. All men have a mind which cannot bear to see the sufferings of others. The superior man, having seen the animals alive, cannot bear to see them die. Having heard their dying cries, he cannot bear to eat their flesh. Mencius. Essenes.
I am come to end the sacrifices and feasts of blood, and if ye cease not offering and eating of flesh and blood, the wrath of God shall not cease from you. Gospel of the Holy 12.
Hinduism. Since you cannot bring killed animals back to life, you are responsible for killing them. Therefore you are going to hell. There is no way for your deliverance. Adilila.
He who desires to augment his own flesh by eating the flesh of other creatures lives in misery in whatever species he may take his birth. Mahabharata anew.
Islam. Allah will not give mercy to anyone except those who give mercy to other creatures. Hadith.
Do not allow your stomachs to become graveyards of animals. Hadith.
Jainism. A true monk should not accept such food and drink as has been especially prepared for him involving the slaughter of living beings. Sutra Kritanga.
Judaism. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. Holy Bible. Blood meaning flesh.
Sikhism. Those mortals who consume marijuana, flesh and wine, no matter what pilgrimages, fasts and rituals they follow, they will all go to hell. Guru Granth Sahib.
Taoism. Do not go into the mountain to catch birds and nets, nor to the water to poison fishes and minnows. Do not butcher the ox that plows your field. Tract of the Quiet Way.
Tibetan Buddhism. The offering to the deities of meat obtained by killing animate beings is like offering a mother the flesh of her own child, and this is a grievous failure. The supreme path of discipleship.
Zoroastrianism. Those plants I, Ahura Mazda, or God, rain down upon the earth to bring food to the faithful and fodder to the beneficent cow. Avesta.
Everybody knows that vegetarian diet is good for health and to save the planet. They will be awakening their own great, compassionate, loving self-nature, and then their level of consciousness will rise up automatically, and they will understand more than they ever did, and they'll be closer to heaven than what they are right now.
Next is a question from Guadalupe Lopez from the Institute of Ecology of Veracruz City. Congratulations for the conference. How can we help to spread the message?
Hello, Senora Lopez. How are you? Thank you for your goodwill and for wanting to spread the message, and for recognizing it as a message most in need of sharing at this urgent time. We can help spread the message by first gathering some of the information about the climate change evidence, as well as information about the most quickly needed solution, which is the organic vegan diet. You can share what you already know and what you learn with people around you. I'm sure you can use your public position and influence to reach even more people. You can also hold grassroots seminars for the public at libraries and other community venues, or simply print out some concise information and hand it out to people to read. All these things do make a difference, and we need you to join in spreading the word to help the planet. Thank you, Senora Lopez, and may heaven bless you and yours. We have updated data on this topic at www.suprememastertv.com/SOS. Please feel free of any obligation to download and use them so as to benefit the public.
This is a question from Gustavo Canare Vela. Congratulations for informing all the world of such an important topic. How can we help?
Yes, Senor Connery Vela. Thank you for offering your help. If every person attending this last conference helped by talking to 10 people each or more the better, about the urgent state of our planet and the best organic vegan solution, I'm sure Veracruz State could change in almost no time. Change to an even healthier, more eco-friendly population. Besides sharing the info, the best way you can help is by being veg yourself. Be an organic vegan, and you are helping tremendously in ways both visible and invisible. First, you are helping yourself to be healthier. You are helping to stop huge amounts of greenhouse gases that come from the meat industry, more than all the cars and airplanes you would ever take. You are helping to save lives. They say just one vegan saves the lives of hundreds and hundreds of animals over a lifetime. And you are helping by generating immense loving, positive power, such a power that repels all darkness and harm from coming your way and the planet's way. Be organic vegan, sir, and help others to do the same. Then you will not just be a helper, you will be a real hero of the earth. Thank you, Senor Connery Vela. With heaven's grace, may all your noble aspirations bear fruit. For more info, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/b-veg.
The next question is from Elizabeth Torres de Henry, a businesswoman. How can we support your cause, and how can we create conscience within the family, our state, and all over the world?
Senora Torres de Henry, thank you for your big vision, concern, and support, and for wishing to help your family and the world. You can certainly provide them with information about global warming and the vegan solution. This may be the best way to start. Through Supreme Master Television, there are many factual details available. Any information you need, you can ask our association members, and they will gladly provide. Sometimes people just need to become better aware of the truth to be able to change. You can also freely distribute information to all the people you meet, and send an email to whomever you can think of. If you have the heart to do something like this, You will feel better yourself and others will benefit and follow your example. And of course, starting with yourself, the vegan diet. If you are a good example of what you are suggesting others should do, it is much easier for them to believe that it can work. I wish you all the best, Señora Torres de Henry. May God be with you always in doing good and being good. Please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS for more info.
Some of the benefits of a vegetarian diet: lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol levels, reduces type 2 diabetes, prevents stroke conditions, reverses atherosclerosis, reduces heart disease risk 50%, reduces heart surgery risk 80%, prevents many forms of cancer. Stronger immune system, increases life expectancy up to 15 years. Higher IQ, saves 70% of a total cost of $40 trillion for reducing global warming. Uses 4.5 times less land to grow food. Conserves up to 70% clean water. Saves 80% of the cleared Amazonian rainforest from animal grazing. A solution for world hunger. Free up 3.4 billion hectares of land. Free up 760 million tons of grain every year, or half the world's grain supply. Consumes 1/3 fossil fuels of those used for meat production. Reduces pollution from untreated animal waste. Maintains cleaner air. Saves 4.5 tons of emissions per U.S. household per year. Stop 80% of global warming. Plus more. Save your life. Be veg. Go green. The next question is from Dario Martinez Uscanga. How would it be possible to reach as many people as possible with this message?
Thank you, Senor Martinez. I appreciate your concern and eager initiative to take meaningful action. How can we reach as many people as possible? Well, luckily we have the tools to spread the message far, with flyers, with letters we can write to our leaders, with emails to our friends and influential people, with the powerful internet. In many countries, these are some of the tried and trusted tools that have moved the whole nation in voting in the same direction or agreeing on some law or even setting a new fashion trend. So keep talking, writing, and handing out flyers. With you and I and everyone else joining in, surely we can reach the world together. Thank you, Senor Martinez, for your sincere willingness to help. Heaven is watching over you, and good luck. For more information, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS.
Next is a question from Valeria Patricia Neria, who is a student. We could tell even before the conference that you are very passionate about climate change. How did you have the idea of working with this topic? You seem very concerned about the world and our country.
Anyone would be as passionate and concerned about our world if they knew what was happening. You would be too, Señorita Valeria. You see, when our house is on fire, we want our family and everyone inside to be safe, no? Safe from harm. All the scientists have been alerting us for a long time now that our house, our world, is in danger. In 2007, there was a sudden surge of methane gas levels in the atmosphere that took the scientists by surprise. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas at least 72 times more heat-trapping than CO2. Billions of tons of it are trapped below the frozen soil, called permafrost, in the Arctic. But in 2007, the permafrost had melted enough that part of the methane gas underneath was released, a very frightening sign. Methane release is one of the most feared tipping points for global warming because it leads to an uncontrollable effect, such that even if we halt all our emissions, the disaster is still unstoppable. The gas is still fuming, and we're told the tipping point could happen any time. This is just one example of how much danger we are in, all of us. So whatever concerns any member of the global family, including Mexico, concerns the world, concerns you, and concerns me. Besides, we can still save this beautiful home of ours. So it is worth every of our effort trying. Thank you for your caring for your country and for the world. Blessed be Mexico. Please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS for more info.
The following question is from Santiago Lobera, who is a student. I am the supporting singer of the musical group Nueva Tierra. I want to know if doing so, am I helping efficiently to raise awareness among the Mexicans to help our planet?
Hello, Senor Santiago. What you are doing through your music group is very laudable already. Artists, and especially musicians, have the power in elevating people's awareness. And I'm sure your music will have a helpful effect in transforming people to become planet protectors. Nueva Tierra, meaning New Earth, yes? For your band name is already giving hope and a vision. Now, there is something a little more that you can do through your noble musical endeavor, and that is to spread the veg solution. Encourage your audience to be organic vegan, to be kind. Raise awareness about the nobler way of life we need in order to save ourselves and our families. At this time, to encourage people to spare animals' lives through a vegan lifestyle, it's the most efficient, planet-saving message, and the best thing we can do to rescue this world. Spread it through your words and your music, and you will see what I mean. Thanks, Senor Santiago, for giving us the honor of your cooperation. May you and your band be blessed in your noble endeavors, and may your elevating music awaken the hearts of a great multitude. Be blessed. For more information, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS.
The next question is from a retired teacher, Telesforo Vasquez Gonzalez. How can we get more information about this topic so all the people can know about it? My greeting, respect, and admiration to you, Master Ching Hai.
Hello, Senor Vasquez Gonzalez. Thank you. My greetings and respect to you, sir. Thank you for your question. To get more information about climate change and the important solutions for it, it is very easy. There is an abundance of free information available on the internet that is provided by reputable environmental organizations such as Greenpeace.org, WWF.org, etc. And nowadays, you can even find coverage in some mainstream news media about the planet. Blessed be their noble endeavors. You can check it out and print the ones that are interesting to you. Also, our website, www.suprememastertv.com, has organized all the important climate change facts and solution information together. It's easy to print and share for free. We also have videos about many different aspects of global warming, all of which you can freely download to share with people. Those you can find at www.suprememastertv.com/SOS. Be veg, go green, and save the planet. Thank you, Senor Vasquez, and may you and yours be blessed. Please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS for more info.
The following question is from Irma Garcia Vasquez. How can we help to keep the planet?
Thank you, Senora Garcia, for truly caring. We can help to keep the planet and even to keep it in good health by appreciating it and all its wondrous creations, including the precious animal co-inhabitants, and spreading the right information to the world. Collect the important information, make it short and concise, and spread it to the people around you. Any information you need help with, just contact one of our association members. They will be more than happy to assist you with anything from free vegan recipes to more specific up-to-date information about global warming. You can then tell others about the most excellent way to safeguard our life and the planet, vegan diet. Organic vegan is the best for us and for the world. Besides eliminating the largest source of methane, the vegan diet is also the most compassionate way to live because it grants peace to the animals as well as ourselves. We need this kindness and virtue as our protection. So your care, Señora, can be conveyed through the message of love for all beings in the world. Thank you, Señora Garcia, and God bless you and yours. For more information, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS.
This is a question from Noe Dominguez. Why are these talks not presented in public schools so the children and young people can have this information and can participate?
Yes, Senor Dominguez. Thank you for your concern for the planet and for your wish to include the young people to participate in saving it. I'm sorry if this information is not yet available in your school system. Sadly, even at this critical time, not everyone is aware of the truth of global warming, so the teachers may not understand its crucial importance. But people and the planet are changing every day, so perhaps it's just a matter of time, and you will be the person to help introduce these concepts. I agree with you completely, Senor, that the children are a vital part of the solution for our future, so you can gather information to be able to present for the people's understanding. You are welcome to use any material available from our website at suprememastertv.com/SOS. You can copy the information and give to the teachers or offer to make a speech to the students yourself. The most important, of course, is the change to a vegan diet. But we have found that children of all people are very open to this, because in truth, when the baby is born, it is naturally vegetarian. So children are more pure and often more receptive to this natural way of life, which also preserves our planet. Whatever it takes to inform your community, you can try. With our time so limited now, we need everyone's help. And of course, we want to save the world, most of all for our children. So they are in many ways the most important people to consider. Thank you, Senor Dominguez, for your question. May all your caring effort be blessed by heaven's grace. For more info, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/SOS.
The following question is from Laura de Jesus, a student. How can we help wild animals?
Hi, Señorita de Jesus. Thanks for remembering our friends, the animal, our co-inhabitants. If everyone understood what the animals were going through, it's possible that many people would behave differently. The truth is they are suffering a lot at this time, just silently. Hundreds, if not thousands of species are losing their homes and their lives at an incredible rate each day to deforestation, habitat destruction, pollution, and global warming that is driving them out of their natural refuge. Some birds even become confused during migration from the shifting temperature and locations. So we must keep the environment intact for the animals to have a place to live. And to do that, we must first be vegan, meaning no animal products. Doing this naturally reduces the amount of lands we humans need to occupy, which leaves more for the wild animals. It also reduces forest destruction and thus preserves their native homes. At the moment, 1/3 of Earth's land surface is used for animal raising. Vast lands, once beautifully forested and with grasslands, homes for wildlife, have now disappeared and stand as silent. Leveled pasture or croplands that feed animals destined for slaughter. In fact, 80% of the Amazon that is now deforested is being used as grazing land for cattle, with most of the other 20% going to grow the soy to feed the cattle. So by continuing the meat diet, we are eating up the animals, planet, and stealing their homes forever. Moreover, we will also lose our home to climate change as the consequence of meat production and animal raising. Thus, we must stop meat eating if we want to save our world. Finally, we choose organic vegan farming, which keeps the environment pollution-free and habitable for humans and animals alike. So be veg and farm organically. These are the most important, big but simple and easy ways we can help. Do these and the wild will thrive, I promise. And they'll be so grateful to us for our mindful care and will bless us in return. Thank you, Señorita Lara, for your love for our brothers and sisters, the animals. They love you and thank you. Heaven also loves you, and I thank you immensely. Any information you need, feel free to download and spread them. Please see suprememastertv.com/SOS or suprememastertv.com/B-veg.
Again, I appreciate so much everyone's care and concern at this critical time on our earth. I would like to thank the Honorable Governor Fidel Herrera Beltran and all the participants for your candid, forthright questions. By now, it's clear that we have the same vision, and together, we can do it. I truly believe that humanity can light the way to a stable tomorrow. God bless you in being veg and going green to save our planet. God bless us all.
Debemos mucho a la madre tierra y es tiempo de hacer algo, de devolverle lo poco, lo mucho que nos ha dado. No hay que dejarle solo el trabajo a los políticos, sino que también la sociedad civil se tiene que sumar.
La verdad estoy de acuerdo con lo que dijo la maestra Suprema Chin-Hai y pues sí, pues yo creo que todos tenemos que contribuir con algo, con el de ser vegetariano, con el de ser ahorrativo un poco en todo. Maestra Suprema Chin-Hai, muchas felicidades por su participación y nos un mensaje muy importante para el mundo, para el planeta, para la humanidad y para el futuro de nuestro pueblo, de nuestros hijos. A ustedes y que Dios los bendiga. Gracias.
Hola, maestra Chin-Hai, soy Gedi y estoy aquí para escuchar la conferencia. Ya la escuché y me gustó mucho. Súper interesante esta perspectiva. La verdad es que en la casa individualmente cada uno poner atención nada más en lo que comes y cooperar en no calentar el planeta, en que la vida continúe con más armonía y equilibrio. Yo creo que empezando con uno mismo y con la familia se puede ayudar al planeta. Tuvimos la conferencia con la maestra Suprema Chin-Hai, que me gustó muchísimo y a la que me encantaría conocer en persona. Y yo creo que lo único que podría así como cerrar con broche de oro, que su conferencia fue impecable, es, aunque fuera por medios de tecnología, que hubiéramos hecho una meditación todos juntos, los espectadores. Sé vegetariano, sé ecológico y salva nuestro planeta.
Yo creo que a estas alturas es la participación de la mayoría de nosotros los que podemos hacer el cambio a favor de un entorno más adecuado y a favor de las futuras generaciones que pues nos vienen siguiendo y que van a tener que enfrentar un planeta con problemas. Entonces es la hora de hacer algo en conjunto, de hacer algo por el medio ambiente.
¿Qué opina usted acerca del mensaje que la maestra Chin-Hai nos acaba de dar?
Pues es exactamente la política que se genera en todos los países interesados en este tema ambiental. Es que debemos participar industriales, intelectuales, maestros, trabajadores, todos en su conjunto. Es la hora del planeta, es la hora de pensar en las futuras generaciones, es la hora de verdad de entender el desarrollo sustentable, que significa aprovechar los recursos naturales que hoy existen sin agotarlos para permitirles a las futuras generaciones también aprovecharlos de la misma manera.
Pues magnífica, muy bien la conferencia. Ojalá que estos eventos fueran más seguidos. Es un mensaje muy bueno para no nada más para Veracruz ni para México, sino para todo el mundo, en el que consumamos menos carnes animal y consumamos más vegetal, alimentos naturales.